Why awareness doesn't stop emotional loops. I'm Afzal Patni, and in this podcast, we are decoding why insight alone doesn't create change and what actually does. Most people believe that once they understand themselves, change should follow. But if that were true, the most self aware people wouldn't feel stuck. And yet they do. They know their triggers, they understand their patterns, they have done the inner work. So, why does the same reaction keep repeating? That's why we are unpacking today. So, awareness has its limits, and awareness activates the observation part of it. It does not regulate the nervous system. Awareness will only show you where and what is the problem. But when pressure hits, the brain doesn't operate from insight, it operates from survival. Blood flows shift, logic reduces, reaction speeds up. So, awareness arrives after the response has begun. And that's not weakness, that's biology. And you can't change your biology. Biology is a fixed thing. But what you can change is the post awareness strategies. And to do that, you need some form of a direction. Because once you have pinpointed using the awareness factor, you need to know where to start and what to do. Now you have to understand how emotional loops are formed. Loops form through repetition under emotional charge. An experience happens, the body learns how to survive it. The brain records it as familiar. And familiar becomes safe. Safe becomes automatic. Even if the outcome is painful, the brain prefers predictable pain over unfamiliar uncertainty. This is why people retreat what they had. Now, this is why people repeat what they hate. Now, you need to understand that this emotional reputations and the emotional charge is built up through a long cycle of age and experience. Your experience in life has developed different methodologies to keep you safe. Your brain is designed to keep you safe. And your emotional outburst, like I said, doesn't happen through logical mind. It happens solely through emotional thing. And because it has been piled up over the years of experiences, with awareness also, you are and you will tend to repeat the same outcome. And that is where the frustration rises even further. Imagine you can see the problem, but you're not able to do anything about it. That creates even more frustrating outcome. Now, why pushing harder fails? Most high performers respond by pushing harder. More discipline, more pressure, more self control. But pressure signals dangers to nervous system. A system that feels unsafe cannot change sustainably. This is why burnout happens to capable people, not weak ones. And you must have heard time and time again that people with less knowledge tend to be more confident in what they know, and people with more knowledge tend to question themselves more. And that is where one of the biggest loops are formed. And this is what I told about is something which is Dunning-Kruger effect. And you need to understand that when you know about something now and still you tend to repeat the same issue or same outcome, same reaction again and again, Even though you try to be more disciplined, put more pressure, put more self control, you are starting another loop in which you are getting stuck. And this loop is even bad than the original one, where you were just circulating in a specific manner without knowledge. By this I mean the initial loops of non awareness ones. Life is happening to you, and you are just part of that, and you are not living your own life, the life is living you. But when the awareness factor comes in and you try to push harder, you are trying to become, after awareness, someone who is not you. And that is even much more frustrating, because then what was the point of getting the awareness? You come at that stage, and then everything goes in a downfall. Consider this like an examination of life, that even though you get awareness, there's an examination factor after that, that how do you choose to move ahead. And if you select to enter a bigger loop, then you're nowhere, you're just back to the original position, maybe even worse, because then comes the judgmental factor, self judging, self doubting. Now the correct order of change matters the most. Real change follows a sequence. First is awareness. It's important always to get the awareness. Second is understanding. Third is regulation. And fourth is direction. Most people stop at step 1. When regulation enters, choices returns naturally, not forced, not exhaustion. When you force it, it goes on a different deviated path. So once you get the awareness factor, is after that you have to understand that why is it coming, and after why it's coming, question it more. Take 10 minutes a day and start questioning it. What is it that is triggering this response? Question. After question only, you'll see the real insight, and the real insight will give you an automated option of a regulation. That regulation will feel very natural to you rather than a forced change or a self control change. And once that is done, you will be open to a new direction and a path. So, if this resonated today, your life isn't broken, it's looping. And loops don't need motivation, they need clarity. If you want to understand your loop, you'll find the link in the description.